Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I want to make something perfectly clear on the whole idea of faith and things like surgery or someone recovering from an illness. When someone is very sick and the family members that gather around, and this is something typical to me that I've been noticing, of course. And of course, I don't participate in it, but I do have enough respect to just stand around and just witness and just watch as they like, for example, when my brother was having surgery for open heart surgery, and they don't know whether or not it was going to be successful. It was a very serious and possibly life-threatening danger kind of thing. And we had to accept the possibility that he might die from the procedure. And anyways, they gathered around, and my friend, who was a Christian fundamentalist, led the prayer. Everybody held hands except for me. I didn't join in, but I did stand close to them as they were all praying. And of course, he said his prayer and say, "Lord, let him be. Let this, please heal him," and this and that, and going on and on with his regular prayers. And then when it was all over, their hopes of convincing themselves that supernaturally God is going to help him recover from the illness that he has, which led to his surgery. Not only is that pretty much, I'm sorry to say, foolish, but it's very unrealistic. The surgery was a success because science prevailed. Medical science. That's the only reason why it worked. Now, let's just say, for example, that the procedure went well, but he was having complications and he ended up dying. And then, okay, he died. What would be the reason for that? You guys prayed. And the obvious answer would be, well, it was God's will. It was his time to go. And do you realize how often that happens? As far as the answer to that kind of thing. We prayed. We all got together. We prayed to Jesus. We did this and we did that. And he still died. Why? I don't understand. Well, it's God that you're dealing with. God said it was his time to go. It was his will. You can't be selfish and expect him to come to survive what God says. And that's when I stopped right there and I said, you know what? Shut the fuck up with that shit. I just looked at him and said, just shut the fuck up. Of course, it led to an argument, but I didn't give a fuck. Know your fucking logic when it comes to that. It's not in any way what people would actually think. How hard is it to accept that the reason why people die is because it happens. It just happens. Maybe there's some reason why. Maybe because, like I said, there was a 50-50 chance that he might die from this procedure, you're going to have to accept the possibility that person could die. And if that person dies, he dies. It really fucking sucks, but that's just how it is. I am sick and tired of people saying this because of God's will, even though you prayed and then, why did you forsake me? Why did you forsake my prayer? And people are saying don't, and then very religious people say don't question God and don't do this, don't do that. I mean, it is just so stupid and annoying. To me, I believe it's a waste of time to stand to be in a chapel while your loved ones are sick, trying to recover, believing that being in the chapel and praying is going to help. Now, with all fairness, if someone were to enter the chapel or did some kind of prayer to the universe, or some kind of prayer that Shaolin monks do to gather up as much energy to strengthen their aura to an overwhelming degree, and they come to your loved one, whoever's sick, dying from whatever illness that they have. You place your hand on their forehead, and you use your own energy to heal that person. Because you meditated and you did your prayers just like a Shaolin monk does, and then you use your own energy to save that person. That makes a lot more sense because there's a lot of science behind it. It's called Qi. For those of you who know Chinese martial arts, when Shaolin monks, when they meditate and their overwhelming aura, their energy, their internal energy. Just imagine healing somebody from the power of Qi. Your own psychic energy, and then over to an overwhelming degree, and you actually heal that person because of it. There's a lot of science behind it, and that makes a lot more sense. But that's for those who actually believe that. Now, Christians would say, if I were to see that too, I haven't said it to any Christian, but if I were to say that, they're going to say, well, if that does work, that's not God. That's witchcraft. You're worshiping yourself. You're healing that person using your own power to... Yeah, so what? How in the fuck is that evil? And they're going to say, oh, because that's the devil, because Satan, this and that. Like, you know what? Just shut up. I mean, I haven't gotten to that degree yet where someone said that to me. And like I said, I never mentioned this to any Christians, but if that was their answer, that's how I would react. That's how I would respond to them. It's just a complete waste of time to rely on an outdated, seriously fucking outdated, superstitious belief of an all-knowing, all-powerful God. When you really should embrace science, and also, I guess you could, if you want to call it New Age, or I don't know if you want to call it that, but like the example that I said about Qi and healing someone else with your own power. People need to realize that there is no God. There is no Jesus. There is no Satan. I know it seems kind of disrespectful to say that, but just imagine the power of prayer. If it's effective, it was because of your own energy, your own powerful aura that saved your loved one. And here you are giving your credit to a mythical god, when in reality it was your own power that saved them, or her, whatever. Your own power, your own energy was the only thing that healed your loved one. Because believe it or not, when you pray, and you get deep, and you get so deep, it's like a placebo effect. The mind believes what it chooses to believe, and then when you do that, your psychic energy and your aura becomes powerful. But here you are thinking it's because of an outside force, when in reality it was you, your own power. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.